In a step towards greater transparency, the Supreme Court has started uploading the asset declarations of its judges on its official website. Now, this move stems from a full court resolution aimed at giving the public access to the financial disclosures of members of the judiciary. Now, so far, 21 of the 33 sitting judges have made their asset information public. And among them, some examples like Justice K.V. Viswanathan, whose income tax filings from 2010 to 11 through 2024 and 25 indicate a total sum of 91,004.47 crore. Similarly, Justice Vikram Nath is reported owning a two-bedroom apartment in Noida, a bungalow in Prayagraj, around 20 bighas of farmland in Kaushambi, and his investment portfolio amounts to approximately 1.5 crore. Similarly, Justice B.R. Gawai, who's all set to take over as the Chief Justice of India on May 14th, listed gold and jewelry worth 5.25 lakh, while his wife holds ornaments valued 29.70 lakh. Similarly, Justice Suryakant, expected to become the CJI on November 24th, declared ownership of a residence in Chandigarh, farmland in Panchkula, a plot in Gurugram, and fixed deposits totally 4.11 crore. So these are just examples which I give you of various judges. And obviously, Supreme Court has emphasized that they believe in transparency, and that is why these measures have been taken. But in addition to the asset declarations, the top court has also made public the procedures for appointing judges to both the high courts and the apex court. These documents detail the steps involved, including recommendations, government inputs, collegium decisions, and the proposals approved by the Supreme Court Collegium for appointments as High Court judges during the period from November 9th, 2022 to May 5th, 2025. And they have also been uploaded on the Supreme Court website. So what does this move really mean? Now, is it some kind of a mirror to the legacy of Chief Justice of India, Sanjeev Khanna, who's all set to retire, whose hallmark, it seems, has been transparency? So we'll try and discuss all this and much more. Joining us this evening is Supreme Court lawyer and activist Mehmood Pracha with us. Thank you so much, Mehmood, for joining. It's a pleasure to have you on the program. But these late evening disclosures made by Supreme Court last evening, do you think that this is some kind of a new milestone which has been set by the Supreme Court under the aegis of Chief Justice of India, Sanjeev Khanna?
Undoubtedly so, but only partly. The later half of what you said. The earlier half was actually brought into practice in the year 1990, from the year 1997 onwards, when assets of the judges and their close relatives were decided to be made public, and this practice had started a long time ago, but somehow it stopped in some years back, and it has been reinitiated by Justice Sanjeev Khanna. So it's a very, very welcome step. Even a further step has been taken, that the procedure for appointment of judges is now being made public. Not only the procedure, but the proceedings which have taken place during this appointment. If this is also made public, I think it will go a long way in enhancing the credibility of our judicial system, which is going down because of events like Justice Verma and other such allegations which keep on propping up in public domain. So I think it's a very good step, which would actually now put the ball in the court of politicians also, and also other bureaucrats. Then when one of the most protected organization is opening up to public, for the public to see everything transparently, I think other officials, bureaucrats, politicians should also follow the suit, not while filing affidavit during the time they file their nominations, but and on an yearly basis. I think this should be a very, very welcome step, and under the pressure under which I'm sure Justice Khanna is also working, but he is withholding a lot of pressure and doing such kind of I would think biased things, which will go a long way in putting our judicial system in the right direction.
No, but the trigger of this obviously is the cash row of Justice Yashwant Verma. Had it not been for this case, apparently these disclosures wouldn't have been made, Mehmood.
No, see, where there is a will, there is a way. So will was there, way was created maybe by some supernatural forces or natural forces. I would not like to go into that as of now, since the report has also been filed. Now we all have to keep our fingers crossed what Justice Khanna is going to do in that report, and I wish that it is not just one-off case. He would do a big service to our democracy, constitution, and our country if he lays down a procedure, a standard operating procedure in such cases, how a judge has to be proceeded against, simultaneously how the safety and security and confidentiality, whatever that is supposed to mean, is protected for a judge. So as an institution, as a judge, as an institution has to be protected, but simultaneously, if there is a hint of corruption, it has to be tackled with a heavy hand in a very, very transparent manner, so that no misuse can also happen. Because in these days, we are saying a lot of false implications are also there. There will always be a possibility of false implications in this kind of matters, especially when there is an honest judge which tends to rub the powers that be on the wrong side.
No, but Mehmood, what is really happening on the Yashwant Verma closure report? Because people are interested in knowing what has happened. Has the videography been released? Because a lot of it, whatever Justice Sanjeev Khanna had disclosed, people know all of that. Whether it is all the complaints which were made, the videography and everything which was uploaded. But apart from that, has the case got any closure? Because now that the judges have made their intentions clear, they intend to share their assets. But apart from that, there are still several questions looming large as to what is really happening on the Yashwant Verma case. And apart from Yashwant Verma, there are whispers in the corridors of judiciary that there are 2-3 more judges in the Delhi High Court whose names are tainted with the same stain of cash. Now, that I cannot say it with full evidence, but there has been a lot of buzz on the social media.
No, I think I have done an interview on that subject with you also, and the truth will be revealed sooner or later, as I had promised. But I think it will be revealed in the days to come. And
But
as I was
HW viewers, no, I want to understand from the HW viewers as to who are these other judges whose names are doing the rounds in the corridors of the Delhi High Court. As I spoke to you, and for the viewers of the HW News, if you could repeat what are these whispers, what is this scam all about, where we are hearing some Delhi High Court judge. Now, I don't know whether it's a male judge or a female judge who's alleged, to have indulged in the same kind of some kind of a corruption where 500 crore have been discovered from 6 different hideouts. And apparently the spouse of that judge is involved. That is what, there was a tweet by senior journalist Swati Chaturvedi. She later on deleted that tweet. But a lot of it is being discussed in the legal circle. So I want you to explain that case. What is it exactly? And if you don't want to take the name of the judge, it's fine. But without taking the name of the judge, if you could explain what are these whispers?
See, there was a conference in Allahabad on 26th of April, where the High Court Bar Associations of at least 15 High Courts came on the invitation of Mr. Anil Tiwari and the General Secretary of the Allahabad Bar Association, who took a very, I would say, revolutionary step by calling this meeting, and we all decided there to launch a campaign against the lack of transparency and accountability in the judiciary and to bring back the public faith in the judiciary. That was the theme of, and it was a tremendous it got tremendous response from the lawyers of Uttar Pradesh, and it was decided unanimously that the various high courts will host such meetings again. So a big campaign has been initiated by the bar, that is the lawyer community, to root out corruption in judiciary and the judicial system, in which certain lawyers are also involved, who quote unquote are supposed to have some kind of strange thing which is known as a face value. And a lot of things were discussed, how a lot of senior advocates are also being appointed. And there is a big controversy in Delhi High Court also recently, where flouting the norms which were laid down for appointment of senior advocates, 70 advocates were actually appointed, when one of the members, who was the representative of the bar and the government, Mr. Sudhir Nandarajog, he was not even party to, and without his concurrence, 70 senior advocates were designated, which about that there is a lot of controversy going on. So when 70 people in one go will be appointed in one high court, you can very well imagine that the purpose will not be pious or to support the judicial system. So that has led to these whispers, murmurs, which were very much there. But these kind of appointments have consolidated opaque appointments.
I want to ask from you is that
sorry.
No, what I wanted to ask you was that there is a buzz that there are 2-3 judges in the Delhi High Court from whom similar kinds of currency notes have been discovered. Now, one of them, for which Swati Chaturvedi had tweeted, was to the tune of 500 crores discovered from 6 different hideouts. What are you getting to hear on that front? Is there any evidence against this? Is the judge really involved? And then what I was hearing was that there were 2-3 other judges in the Delhi High Court with similar accusations.
Similar accusations of being closely watched by the agencies and being pursued for these kind of activities. But the 500 crore rumors or discussions or kanafusis are being undertaken for one particular judge, and there are 2-3 others. But in the Allahabad High Court.
But are you aware who that judge is? You would want to disclose the name of that judge?
I would not, because I said in your last interview also that name will come out sooner or later, and it will be rather sooner than later. But I would refrain myself from naming that judge right now for the reason that it is unfair. Let us give Sanjeev Khanna Sahab, the Chief Justice of India, some time. He has got 10 odd days, even right now 8 days. So let him fix a SOP. That is what we are hoping. And I have not gone to the farewell party of at least 3-4 of the last Chief Justices. But I am contemplating going there as a mark of respect to Justice Khanna, notwithstanding what has happened in the Buff case yesterday. But
no, so
still, overall, I would still...
This particular judge...
So what I'm saying is...
No. This particular judge whom you are not naming, this 500 crore judge which we are talking about...
maybe action will be taken within a few days.
No, maybe, but what I want to know from you is that does the collegium know about this case? Is the collegium mulling about a transfer? Because that's what I read from Swati Chaturvedi's tweet, that probably the collegium knows about it and they're thinking of a transfer, probably to the Karnataka High Court. Is that true?
Yes. Yeah, that's the buzz, that this person will be transferred to Karnataka High Court, where her seniority will also be severely depleted. In Delhi High Court, that person is at a quite seniority level quite high.
So it's a female judge.
No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. I am just requesting you again and again to try to be gender neutral. Okay. It's a judge. That's all, and that is enough. And